Hey, this is Scott Puppy Bonsai. Today I'm here with the Viltrox lenses. I noticed they had a firmware update. I wanted to try it out and see if it improves or fixes the few issues that I've had with those lenses. It relates to video mostly because there's like a reset going on occasionally. You can see in these clips what happens in the video. And of course in photos it's not a big deal, but in video if you're recording and that happens, it's going to go out of focus. You'll get that bright burst from the aperture changing. So hopefully that will be resolved in firmware. As you potentially know, there is a port, micro USB, to update firmware. It's super easy. Download the files from the Viltrox's website. Right now 1.0.7. Just need to go to the Viltrox DFU that shows up on the computer, at least in Windows 10, for the ones that I just attached. You can look in here and see I have 1.0.6 on all of the lenses. So it's as simple as just drop it inside the lens folder, goes, and then it comes back. In here we can make sure that we have the new version. Just curious to see if it's fixed because the list of changes on 1.0.7 looks like it might apply to that specific thing. Let's start with the 23mm, see how that goes. Oh, also I have the GoPro Max Lens mod, so it should be third person a little easier. We'll see how it works. Right now I'm in aperture priority. Let's try this little outhouse. Do the classic brick wall test. f1.4, 2.8, 5.6, f8. I am seeing a slight pulsing in this automatic video mode. Now, this is not actually the issue I was talking about previously. That was something more rare. This I forgot about actually, but it is something to take note of. It's in fully automatic video and does that little pulsation thing. If we look at the lens, it's jumping between two apertures. It's actually still doing it when it's not recording. But of course you can use manual video mode, so let's switch to that. Yeah, usually what happens in that reset is that it stays out of focus. If it's still in focus at 4 minutes, 48 seconds, it means it hasn't happened yet. I used the Manfrotto compact light tripod on this Terry-on bag. So far, this is the combination I've always used. That was definitely the most serious issue I had with the Viltrox lenses, is that like flash reset. The thing in automatic video where it pulsates, I don't foresee myself using automatic video for these lenses, so I don't see that as a huge issue. This looks good. We're at 8 minutes and it's still functioning. So I'll call the 23 good for that specific issue. It's kind of nice that they're the same size, same filter thread. I'm beginning to think that the issue was autofocus reset rather than an aperture reset, as I was calling it. On a side note, the one negative of this Max Lens mod is that the lens is unprotected and it's bulbous, so that is definitely a risk, and it's not a cheap lens for what it is. The snow is definitely melting and it's making me walk a little funny. 3 minutes in, still focusing. I've been getting a lot of questions about the Viltrox lenses, if I recommend the 23, say, or the 22 from Canon. And I've been hesitant because of these issues that I've had. But if that reset one is fixed, which is the one that bothers me the most, that's definitely something I can or will like to cross off the list. If you don't mind using manual video and that thing is truly fixed, then I mean, you're gonna have to decide on if you want size or you want aperture. Because the 22, in the case of that comparison, the 22 is a lot smaller. I like that size difference, but if you think about the 33, the 32, there is a size difference, but it's not humongous. This is looking good. I'm gonna switch off to the 56 pretty soon here. Now, what I'm doing at the moment is not smart. because you can fall and there could be a broken branch in the ground. Back there was a visible broken branch, which was literally like a spike. If I had fallen on that, that's bad. One easy way to tell these apart is the front elements on the lens. See, much bigger on the 56 than the 23. Now I've got the 56mm lens on the camera. How we doing? Adjusting the aperture. We're 4 minutes, 48 seconds in. This appears to be functioning. 8-minute video, no issues, that's good. So I can tell that it doesn't do well on auto exposure modes. But we go to manual. My conclusion so far is that they did fix the issue, as far as I can tell with this relatively limited test. But that was definitely the main thing that I didn't like about them. And I expected them to work on it with firmware. So that's a good thing for these lenses. I still see some quirkiness with automatic video modes. That weird pulsating. You might be able to adjust things to get semi-automatic, but I haven't attempted it. Besides that, looks pretty good. Anyways, I'm Skeptory Bonsai. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks. See ya.